Jambo, jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni wetu wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata.
Go time. So we just went through the Tanzania and Kenyan border to get into Tanzania. It was really fast. All they did was just to check that you have the yellow fever card. They didn't look at it at all. They did take our e-visas and kept them. So if you're planning on multiple entry, definitely have multiple copies, but they just took our passports and it was like 2 seconds and we got through. So no questions asked, no fingerprinting, just walked right through after that. So super fast. We left Nairobi at around 9. It's now 1 o'clock. Hopefully we still get there around 5:30, but we will see. Wow guys, I did not vlog one time yesterday because it was a complete disaster. It was just an insane day yesterday and I was extremely tired getting here, which is not the best feeling when you know you're gonna start summiting a mountain tomorrow. But welcome to my Kilimanjaro vlog. Hopefully isn't a rough one. I'm honestly a little scared. I will be making a separate packing video because this is a trip where you really need to know what to pack, and after doing the mountain I feel like I'm gonna actually know what I'm talking about, so I'm not gonna go over what I packed yet. But it was a really nice night here at the Stella Maris. The beds are really comfy and everything is super clean, so this is a great hotel and the food was really good. It is currently almost 7:30 and we are starting our gear rental process at 7:30, so we need to go down, and then at 8:15 they're going to weigh our bags to make sure that they're an acceptable weight for the porters. I'm pretty sure they can't be more than 30 pounds, including your sleeping bag, so that is something to look out for. Your day pack doesn't count though because you're going to be carrying that. It's just your duffel bag. But after they weigh our bags, we're going to be heading out at around 9. It's about an hour 45 minutes to get to the gate, and then we're going to sit down and have lunch and fill out a form and start trekking. It's actually happening. I'm not just talking about it anymore. We're really starting. It's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully everything goes well. Fingers crossed. And all of our group makes it to the summit. We decided to all purchase toilets. There's a group of 12 of us, and I didn't know this, but it's only 4 people to a toilet. So don't think you're splitting $236 between 12 people because it's only 4 people per toilet. So that was a little rough. Just gonna head down, start renting some gear, and yeah. Good morning guys, it is officially our first day of Machame route Kilimanjaro trek with G Adventures. We got in super late last night. Our bus ride did not go as planned. It took us 13 hours instead of 8.5 to 9, so that was really unfortunate. So much chaos happened. First we hit traffic in Nairobi, but our bus driver went around, which was great. Then went through the border fine, had to wait an hour and a half for 2 other people to show up that weren't on our bus before. We were on our way, and then a moped driver cut us off and we got in an accident with him, and he was pretty severely hurt, which was very scary and traumatizing. They just picked him up, put him in the back of a van, and took him to the hospital, I assume. Police came, we had to wait for that, and then we had to go to the police station, and then the driver was like, guys, you're gonna have to wait for a different bus to show up because I have to deal with this. So we were like, we're gonna be stuck here forever because we were in the middle of nowhere on the other side of the border. Arusha's still over an hour away. Luckily, they let him go because it was the other guy's fault, and we kept driving, and then we had to change buses in Arusha. That took forever, and then our bus driver didn't ask where we were going, so he just assumed and went all the way into town and missed our hotel, passed it. He didn't want to drive us back, so he got us a taxi, and then that took a whole 45 minutes it didn't need to take. So we got here really tired and just ate dinner, showered, went to bed. So we just rented stuff from the rental people. They came to the hotel, so you don't need to go into Moshi for that. Only some things you need to go into Moshi for, but now I have to stuff all this stuff into my bag. Whoops. I got summit pants, a sleeping bag, and hiking poles. So the summit pants are gonna need to go in. Luckily the sleeping bag doesn't, but it still counts for your weight. So it's pretty small though. I'm honestly surprised. It is very compact. We're gonna see how it goes, I guess. Packing sucks. And PSA for the rental, you need crisp, perfect dollar bills. They were giving away ones with the teeniest little rip, and they were like, replace this for me. So just make sure you have very perfect bills when you come and try to pay, and you have to do it in cash, unfortunately. Just so you know that. Packing this morning has been interesting. Our CEO gave us a briefing yesterday night and like told us what we should pack for today, so that was good. He also told us to stop taking malaria pills for this hike because there are no mosquitoes on the mountain. Love to hear that. Don't need to pack any bug spray. That was great. So stopped taking malaria pills pill. It's gonna start Diamox, which is an altitude sickness pill. But yeah, love that I can cut down my medication list and stop having to take so many things. I'm just gonna shove my pants in my bag somehow and then go get them weighed and then go grab breakfast before we head out at 9. Okay, the sun is coming out, which is great. Might not be great because it's gonna be pretty hot, I guess, but I have everything. Those are staying, this is coming, and my bag just was brought down to be weighed, so getting on the bus soon to go to Moshi. Hopefully only good things happen, but we're just gonna ride it out if we have to go through anything. So I'm gonna take my Diamox and I'll see you when we get to the base. Okay guys, welcome to our tent. Welcome to the vlog. We just got into camp and we survived the first day. Slowly. Pole pole. It took us about 5 hours and 45 minutes. We went 11 kilometers. I will convert that for the Americans. But yeah, my back hurts. My feet don't really hurt. My hips kind of hurt. How are you feeling?
Some sore feet, but my back pain kind of resolved itself at some point.
Okay, looking good. We have pads and then my sleeping bag's over there, which I still have to roll out. But yeah, cute little tent area.
And a view of the cooking tents.
Gorgeous. Our mess camp. I don't even know what to say. My brain's already not working and we haven't even gone up that far, so that's kind of a problem.
We did 3 breaks, a lot of candy, cookies.
Only 3 breaks, like that's honestly not that much for 5 hours and 45 minutes. 3 breaks? Like
5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, short breaks. They were so short. It's cold. I did not think it would be this cold already this morning. Before we got to the gate, it was like super hot in Moshi and it was like warm and sunny, and then we got to the gate and it was already like cold there, so understandable why all the porters are wearing puffy jackets and like beanies. It's funny. They're amazing humans. I don't know how they do it. They literally lug giant bags of stuff up a mountain for their job. It's crazy. Doing the washi. They give us a hot bowl of water after we get to camp every day to like wash your hands, your feet, your face. So that's really nice. I also forgot to say that today we were just going through the rainforest, so didn't have tons of views, but every single day pretty much the landscape is going to change. So we just went through the rainforest, and tomorrow, do you know what tomorrow is?
Should be above the tree line, so no rainforest anymore.
No more rainforest. I'll look up the name because I know there's like a diagram somewhere of like each level, which is pretty cool. Yeah, all done with rainforest already. We were like in the clouds. It was pretty cool, but enjoying this bowl of hot water, and then we're gonna go eat. I think that's all from me.
Same for me.
See ya. Okay, we just had dinner and we're getting up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Dinner was really good. Just brushed my teeth, used our portable toilet, which was really nice, honestly. It's 9:30 because we had such a long briefing. I'm going to bed at 9:30, but waking up at 6, which honestly is a pretty good amount of sleep. Hopefully I sleep through the night. See you in the morning.
video from after our hike on day 2. We finally made it to Shira Camp 2. It was a long morning. Literally the entire time we were going uphill. They said there were flat parts. It was for like maximum 5 minutes, and that was a generous stretch. All the other stretches were like 10 seconds, 1 minute. So be prepared for just going uphill the entire day. We did get here a little early though. We got here around 1:30, so that was good. Good work. Had lunch. They made me something special because I didn't want to eat. What did you guys have?
Banana stew.
Because I didn't want to eat the banana stew. I'm so sorry. So they made me pasta. Don't be afraid to ask if you don't like something, or especially if you have dietary restrictions, they'll accommodate you. But they made me some pasta and it was great. Just ate a ton of pasta, ready to take a nap. We're going on a group walk at 4, so I have like less than an hour and a half to sleep. It was a little cold today, honestly, so wore my fleece for majority of the day. Would recommend packing a warm jacket, and we were supposed to bring like a hat or something in case it was windy, something warm for your head. I forgot, so I had a stupid sun hat. For tomorrow I'll definitely have something.
It was quite a beautiful walk.
It was gorgeous, yeah.
Like a lot of the vegetation changed. There used to be more kind of rainforest, and now it's like kind of lower trees and like a lot of kind of weird flowers.
Yeah, and like lots of hills where we could see everybody else. To see the misery we were gonna have. They were all going uphill. We're at how many meters now? You said 3,700?
Yeah, 3,750 meters.
Wow, like we're up here. Tomorrow's gonna be brutal, but we'll think about that later. Anyway, good night. I'm so tired. Let's go hike.
Salama mola jari yawe ya salama wageni wetu kwa vizuri wapo bomba bomba kweli na malia weka danse na lia weka danse na lia weka danse na lia weka danse Jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni wetu wakaribishwa Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata, tulianza machame, hakuna matata, machame ati tukalala, hakuna matata, tuko hapa hoyo, hakuna matata, jambo.
I'm Sam, asante sana.
Hi everyone, my name is Lou.
Said no, we're not doing it for that one. There she is. Crazy, it's only day 2 and we're gonna be up there in 4 days. We're gonna be up there in 3 days. Brain's already not working. It's that cold, you can see our breath. Really? Yeah. Wow. So we just went on our little cave walk. It was not 40 minutes. It was literally like maybe 15-20 from the camp. It's right there. But just doing my washi, and at 6 o'clock we're gonna have dinner. But we just had our little intro ceremony with the G fighters and all the crew. So there were so many people. You said 31?
Yeah, 31 porters, and then 6 guides, and then 2 cooks.
31 porters.
We still have a resupply coming in of porters.
Oh my gosh. 31 porters, 6 CEOs, 2 cooks, so many people on this team just for 12 of us. But it's truly amazing what they do. I couldn't imagine doing this, much less once. Like, they're doing it so many times. And he told me during lunch that they maybe have like 3 days or a week break, it depends, and then they do it again. Like, could you imagine 3 days break and doing this again?
That would be horrendous. Like, no.
It's only day 2. We haven't even gotten to the hard part yet. I'm scared. But this hot water feels good. So, I don't know if I'm gonna record anything at dinner, but we'll see. Oh, we're in the Moorlands today. Super scenic. Everything was incredibly scenic. That definitely helped. Tomorrow's when you can possibly start feeling the altitude and people might start getting sick. So hopefully none of us do. Praying all of us are totally fine. So hopefully no one reacts. But love that I got a nap. Gonna sleep tonight. My brain isn't working. Anyway, see you at dinner. Had a really yummy dinner, but now it's 8 o'clock. We had a gorgeous sunset, but it is freezing. Like, literally just from the other camp to here is a massive difference in temperature. So kind of scared for the next few camps that are going to be even higher and colder, especially the summit. Already planning to have a million things for the summit. So hopefully everyone sleeps well tonight because it's cold out here. But we are waking up at the same time tomorrow. It's going to be 6 a.m. wake up, same exact process, head out by 8. It's going to be 5 hours just uphill, but luckily not as steep as today. And then after that, we have hot lunch in a tent, and then 3 kilometers down. Hard day tomorrow. It's going to be rough, but hopefully it's fine. See you in the morning. Good morning, guys. I'm so tired. I had to wake up and put on another layer on my bottom and top last night. So currently wearing 2 shirts, 2 jackets, 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of socks, and this hat. We're only at the 2nd camp, so I'm a little afraid, but definitely my hot water bottle will be coming with me tonight into my sleeping bag. But it's chilly out here. We just got hot water or coffee or tea brought to us, and we're waiting for the washi before we have to pack up and get out of our tents. And then today we have to do so long uphill, which is going to be so fun. Hopefully I can mentally get through this, but it only gets harder from here, so that's super great. Anyway, I'll see you at breakfast for the checky. What's up, guys? Just doing my after hike skincare while I talk to you. Today was honestly a really good day. We stopped for lunch after about 5 hours of hiking and then had a sit down hot lunch, which was really nice. At elevation, we were at 4,600 meters. So that is how high we're going tomorrow. That's where our camp is. Luckily, no one really had altitude sickness. We all made it out alive. And then we had it wasn't really 3, it was like 2-hour trek down. So we did apparently 10 kilometers in total today. Felt longer, we were out all day, but it was pretty easy compared to the other days for sure. Mental was there today, hasn't been. Oh my gosh, look at how much dirt. This is literally just from today. That is so disgusting. This is why this is important, because the washi today was not that warm, so don't rely on that. We went through the Alpine Desert today. It was really cool scenery, honestly. Made the hike interesting. Wasn't super steep uphill, just a walk at an incline basically. And then the downhill wasn't too strenuous at all. I did most of it without my poles. At one point, I wish I would have had them. There's a spider on our tent. No, it's on the inside. It's on the inside layer.
Yeah, like in out.
I hate spiders. But we got here around 5 something and we're having dinner at 6:30. Just trying to get warm, go to bed. I'm not even that hungry per usual, but they're forcing me to eat here and drink. So I'm being forced. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Today was great. Tomorrow, we'll see what he says in the meeting. It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be like, someone said 12 hours. The app says 8 to 9, but we've been going at a pretty slow pace, but it has helped with acclimatization because none of us are feeling anything. Head is halfish there. Definitely lost a few brain cells on the way up. I was gonna say something I forgot, but tomorrow is technically the summit day. Like, we have hiking all day, then we're supposed to get there, sleep for like 4 to 6 hours depending on when we get there, and then we're waking up at 11 p.m. and summiting. So I'm scared because we're already at that point in the trip where it's pretty much almost over, which is really weird. Hopefully we all make it. Yay! We probably will. It's just gonna be really cold. So that's what I'm most nervous about. Dimox has all of us like tingling various parts of our body. Like hands tingling is a very common one, but people have had face tingling. I had lips tingling. I had toes tingling earlier. Like, it's very strange what this does to you, but I would take it over and over and over again to not get altitude sickness. So, non-sponsored, but the sheepy was a great investment. I honestly have been using it a lot so that when you have to go pee, you don't have to take your pants down and squat, because sometimes it's cold and a lot of times I don't want to take my pants all the way down. Definitely get a sheepy if you're interested in that and don't want to squat. Use my code. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, love a sheepy. Also, have no idea how so many people are taking a on the mountain, like during the hike. Everywhere we go, all the pee spots, there's like tons of I'm like, this must be a man, because how? Didn't you think that was crazy? It's crazy.
It's impressive that you have that like much patience and that you can sit there and it's cold and that you feel so comfortable. Like,
yeah, like I can barely make myself pee, but taking a outside, that's wild. I think that's all I have to say. But see you after dinner. Morning, guys. We are officially waking up before sunrise. Woke up at 5 a.m. today. The hot water bottle that I put in my sleeping bag helped a lot. Just packing up, about to go to breakfast. Have a long 8 to 9 hours of hiking today. And then we sleep, and then it's summit time. Yikes. Let's go to breakfast. We have to get all the way up there today. That's the wall we're climbing. How is that possible? What?
That's where we came from. Wow guys, today was tough. I'm not gonna lie. The first part wasn't too bad. It was like 5 hours and we were only at 3,900 meters when we had lunch, but it was 5 hours up and down and up and down. Super steep. Lots of rock scrambling. Found the kissing rock and much smaller than it looks in videos. And then had a 2-hour lunch and a briefing about tonight and summit night and how everything's gonna go and the plan. And then we had a really brutal 3.5 hours up to this camp, Barafu camp, and we're now at 4,600 meters. So big ascent. I definitely underdressed today. I should have had 2 layers on my bottom for sure. Could have honestly worn my summit jacket. It was very, very cold compared to yesterday, even though we were at the same elevation where we had lunch yesterday as it is now. I don't know why it's so much colder, but we had the sun yesterday for half of it and then it really cooled off. But today we didn't have any sun and it was just really cold everywhere, a little bit of wind. So wear warm clothes today for sure because it was hard. Everyone else didn't seem to struggle that much with the temperature, but I am just a cold girl. Every time we would stop for like more than a minute, it's like your body just cools down immediately. So it's hard. This camp is freezing. There's no water source. So all the porters are going from the last camp we were at to this camp to bring water. And that's really insane because that little stretch is like so hard on your body. And I can't imagine first coming here, then having to go back and get water and then come back. Like what they put their bodies through is honestly amazing. But yeah, it's like 4:30 when we got here. We started today at 6:30 a.m. So super long day. Honestly, it was only 8 hours of straight hiking. So exactly like tomorrow's gonna be. It's gonna be about 8 hours. But tomorrow we're not gonna have a 2-hour lunch in between. So that's the hard part. But basically tonight is summit night. We're waking up at 11 p.m. We're gonna leave camp at midnight. They told us to wear 4 layers on top, 3 layers on the bottom, I'm pretty sure, and then your balaclava, hat, gloves, both pairs. You can wear 1 or 2 pairs of socks depending on how cold your feet get. I luckily have hot hands and for the feet, so I'm definitely bringing those because I'm gonna be freezing. Already broke one out because I need a super warmer right now. It's so cold. Dinner is in an hour, so about at 5:30, and then we're just gonna go to bed after that, which is not gonna give us much sleep. But basically how tomorrow's gonna go, we're gonna wake up 11 p.m. He said it's about 6.5 hours to Stella Point, and then another hour and a half to Uhuru Peak. Uhuru means freedom, so it's basically Freedom Peak, which is cool. But we have to ascend 1,200 meters. So it's gonna be really hard. Luckily, no one is suffering from any altitude sickness. We're pretty much all on Diamox except for a couple people. It's gonna be really tough though because it's so long of a climb. It's all positive mental attitude. PMA is what they call it here. It's really mind over matter. Every day has been. Tomorrow's gonna be the biggest test. But after we summit, we're gonna spend no more than like 30 minutes up there just because it's so high for our bodies. And we're just gonna take our pictures and then go back down, which will take like 3 or 4 hours back to this exact camp, and then we get 1 hour to sleep. I think we might have lunch or a brunch or something here or at the next place. I don't remember. But then we start descending, and we descend like 2 to 4 hours. She said depending on how our bodies are doing, how we are mentally, like we get to all decide which camp we're gonna go to. Majority rules, I guess. So there's one that's 2 hours away and one that's 4 hours away, but it's a 700 meter difference in altitude. Obviously the lower one is better. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It just sucks that we're not getting a lot of sleep tonight. Definitely an advantage of the 7-day machame route is that you don't have to do all of this that we did today in 1 day, and you can split it up into 2. It's rough out here, y'all. Hopefully we all summit. I'm pretty sure we will because we're all going together. We all motivate each other, but I'm gonna have my summit playlist on, my earbuds in. See you at dinner.
Happy birthday, dear King. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Still foggy.
That's crazy foggy.
Scissors?
So we had our last Chucky and dinner before summiting. It's still extremely cold, but now we're only getting 4 hours of sleep because it's already 7 p.m., which really sucks. But managed to get some food down, and they made the leek soup that I asked for, which was... They filled my hot water bottle, thank God, because it's very cold and I really needed her. My hand warmer took like an hour to start working because there's like very low oxygen up here. Apparently they need that. So it took like an hour to start really going. So I need to break mine open tomorrow a little earlier than planned. But we had a really cute moment just now with the crew and everybody. It's the girl's birthday today, so they brought her a cake and it was really good, and they like sang for her and it was really cute. Our team is really awesome and we got pretty lucky with everybody. Any last thoughts?
No, only very excited to hopefully sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Or 4 hours before summit.
Yeah. It's honestly so unfortunate.
Dreading it.
Fingers crossed. I stay warm tomorrow. That's all I care about. And they sing us right to the top. See you at 11 p.m. Hey vlog, we are suited and booted. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's get it. I don't know if you can see the sleet in my hair, but it literally like started snowing.
1:15 wake up.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was horrible. And it was really hard. I have never challenged myself or put my body through something that intense ever before in my life. And it was difficult. You would think, oh, the descent is probably like not nearly as intense because it's so much faster, but it's freaking hard on the knees. If you have bad knees, this is gonna be hell for you. I don't have the best knees and it was hell for me. The whole path up to the summit is just loose dirt and gravel. That's it. And it's just tons of switchbacks. Trail looks like a snake and it's all steep uphill up to Stella Point. It was hell because my entire group was struggling together. It kind of worked out because all of us were like pushing each other and keeping the pace slow enough for us, but oh my gosh, I have never ever been pushed so hard. I'm like the youngest one in the group and I think I'm pretty fit. Like I work out 5 times a week, but this was a different animal. Like honestly, if you're not doing incline hiking on the regular, you're toast. Like it's gonna be a challenge for sure. But all 12 of us did summit. Yay for us. Not without lots of difficulties, but luckily no one got altitude sick, no one passed out, no one threw up, like no one had any big issues. We were all just exhausted because we got no sleep. Honestly, kind of a win. And the sleet / snow rain only started when we were about to be back, so not too bad. But oh my gosh. We only get 1 hour of sleep now before we have to pack up and go to brunch. Literally noon. The fact that we've achieved all of that already and it's noon is insane. We definitely should be getting more than 1 hour of sleep in my opinion, but we'll see if we go to the closer camp or the further camp and see how everybody is. Dress warm. My toes were freezing and I put in toe warmers. They just never activated. So my feet were really cold, but everything else I did pretty well. Like this helped a lot. Definitely bring one of these if you're a cold person. I wore this big puffer, small puffer, fleece, a thermal, and then a regular long sleeve under. 5 layers on top, and a beanie on my head, and 3 layers on the bottom. My rented ski pants, which honestly were just for the dust, fleece Nike sweatpants, and then my thermal leggings, and 2 pairs of socks, and I was still really cold on my feet. I had hand warmers, which did help, 2 pairs of gloves, but they didn't layer together super well, and since I wasn't using poles, I just put my hands in my pockets when I was cold and it was fine. But what a day, guys. What a day. We did it. Never doing it again. We do have one veteran who did it 25 years ago and he did it again today. I swear he looked like better than 90% of us. He was killing it. I don't know how. He's 55 and he slayed that, so props to him for sure. 5,800 plus meters, 19,000 plus feet. No one should be up that high. I was breathing the hardest I've ever breathed in my life. The air doesn't necessarily feel thin, but it's just like you're breathing so much harder than you would be usually. So coming down felt good in that sense. The descent was still really awful and tough, but we made it up to Stella Point, which was the hardest part. Getting to Stella Point is super hard. In about 7 hours, I want to say. I didn't look at my phone, to be honest, and I was struggling so hard on this hike that I didn't even like take any sunrise videos. I could barely sit down, and every time we had to get up, my thighs were on fire, and I literally couldn't like work any zippers. My mind was just not working, and neither was my body. So luckily, after the second rest, which was like hour 2, one of my CEOs carried my bag. Love him for that. Love you, Walter. And he was like getting my water out for me and stuff because my mind couldn't compute. Honestly, I couldn't think. What an insane experience. I'm so glad I never have to do it again. I don't know. I think that's all I have to say, but I have to go to sleep now.
So not only did they give us 1 hour to rest after this, and now my whole body hurts, but we have to pack right now, and it's raining. We have to hike down to Mweka Camp. Well, I don't think we're gonna go to Mweka Camp, honestly, because that's the further 4-hour away one. So we're probably gonna go to the closer one because no one is about hiking in the rain. How do you feel, Louise?
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Like
Yeah.
literally, I can't move a muscle.
Yep.
And I can't even find energy to pack my bag. So 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. I would rate this hike a strong -1 out of 10 because all you get is silly little signs saying Uhuru Peak when you get to the top, and that's your only reward. Like the glaciers were definitely cool. I don't even know if I recorded them because I was so tired, but it's just a brutal hike for not the most amazing view in the world. I don't know, but I'm stalling right now. We're supposed to go to lunch like pretty much right now, and I haven't packed a single thing or changed at all because my sleeping bag is too comfy and I don't want to move. So So we just got to high camp, took 2 hours, and it was all downhill, but not super steep for most of it. My knees definitely still really hurt from this morning, but it wasn't awful. It was raining / like sleeting when we were eating lunch, but it stopped thankfully when we were going, but we walked through some clouds, so my hair is pretty wet. There's lots of dust on the summit. If you have multiple hiking boots and you're an avid hiker, bring ones that are dust color or like sand color because there's so much dust. But if you're coming during like a shoulder rainy season, there's going to be tons of mud because all that dust is just going to be mud, so that would be miserable. So bring dark shoes if that's the case, waterproof. I can imagine doing it in rainy season. That would be horrendous. But anyway, we're just waiting for our washi at high camp. They already had all of our tents set up. We only hiked for 2 hours and they had everything set up. Like, they're so fast. It's amazing. Just have to do dinner, washi, go to sleep. That is the main priority for tonight. We're probably, I'm guessing, gonna head out at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so wake up at 6 and then be back down around 1, hopefully, maybe 2. Then we get an included lunch, which is nice, and then at the gate there's apparently like a little village where we can souvenir shop, so that works perfectly. So I've been using hiking poles basically this whole time until today. I used hiking poles just for the descent and descending from our last camp to this camp today. I don't really like ascending with them. I feel like they get in the way, but lots of people are using it. They're only $12 to rent. Honestly, if you think you're going to use them, just rent them. If you're doing this trip, you need to sleep with your batteries to keep them from dying. The portable batteries have been doing well so far. They're not like cheap ones. My camera batteries actually have been staying charged. I'm shocked. I've only used like one this whole time. If it's a regular battery, you definitely need to like keep them warm at night because if they get too cold, they will like just lose all their charge. So that's a tip for you. I don't know. Do you have any tips?
For the camelback, do not take 3 liters. Whatever you do. Like, it froze for me at, I think, the 2nd hour. Basically, the like little tube, the water in there gets frozen really easily, and then you can stop drinking from it. So the 2 liters I still had to carry up, but you couldn't drink them anymore. So it was really dead weight.
She was brave and kept her bag the whole ascent, which I still don't know how she did it, but I handed it off at the 2nd stop because I was like, I'm already struggling, so I need him to take it. I did bring this water bottle full of electrolytes and then my camelback as well, but I was blowing the water back in and it stayed, I would say, until halfway, and then it froze just from blowing it out of the tube. You're not going to want to drink water because it's so freaking cold. You're not going to want to drink your cold water when it's freezing. At the 2nd to last stop, they did bring us hot water, which was really great. I was not feeling too hot at that point. We were going at the beginning like for an hour and then we'd stop, hour stop. That was brutal because the ascent is so awful and we were walking like 2 miles an hour because the altitude is so high. Everything feels so hard to do. I don't know. I still can't believe we did it, but praising the Lord, it's over. Like, I'm just like so happy that it's done. Are you happy it's done?
Very, very happy it's done. Exhausted.
You're not coming back?
At least not for the coming 20 years.
Okay.
Let's see after.
When she's 47, you'll see her here. But one of our CEOs did say that it's like extremely rare for a group of this size doing the 6-day machame route to all make it. He said it's very, very rare because this route is so hard because you don't get sleep before you go summit, which why did they do it like that? Honestly, it's like the worst possible setup. It's really hard. I didn't know that when booking personally. I just knew it was cheap and I wanted machame. Didn't know about the 7-day option. So if you would like one more night of sleep and a better chance at summiting, definitely do the 7-day machame route or Lamosha, which is even longer and apparently more scenic, but it's like way longer and way more expensive. So depending on what you want out of this trip, we're just gonna wait for the washi and then hopefully be able to get through dinner quickly and hit the hay. The first hour I had my string earbuds in and I made a summit night playlist just for this. I knew I would need it and it turns out I did. For the first like hour I was going, I felt so good, vibes were high, still carrying all my stuff. It was still brutal ascent, but I don't know, I was just like dancing around. 2nd hour, still okay, losing it a little bit. Gave this up because it was full in like 5 pounds. So he was just carrying that for me and then everything hit the fan and I felt absolutely horrible and I was like, wow, we have 3 to 3.5 to 4 hours left of this and I already am really exhausted and every time I got up my thighs were on fire and I just was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be extremely brutal. Bring music because my phone on airplane mode it stayed at like 90%. So, and as long as you keep your phone like close to your body so it stays warm a little bit, that's my tip for you, is make a summit night playlist, songs that are gonna keep your mental spirits high, because even with it was still a struggle. one last thing that I remembered. I was under the impression for some reason, I think other people also said this, that they were just going to carry our bags up summit night, like straight. But it's basically whenever you get too tired where you can't carry your bag, then you hand it off. To clarify that, because there's 6 CEOs and 6 porters and there were 12 of us. Some people carry their bags the entire time. I literally don't know how. Like Charlie carried his bag the whole time.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But they are there to carry your bag if you need it. And I definitely needed it. But definitely wouldn't have made it without them. Walter is my Lord and Savior. Love Walter. I look horrendous. My eyes are so swollen. It's 7. Oh my gosh, they're actually really bad. They're actually really swollen. It was our last night in the tent. Oh,
Time for a normal bed.
and a shower. Looking forward to it. But it's also our last washy. There she is. If you can hear the music, they're practicing their song in the back because we're doing a tipping ceremony before we leave here because we're not going to see some of the porters because they leave on the trail to go home apparently. But basically we're just going to go to breakfast. We have a 6-hour hike, 13.5 kilometers back to the gate, and then we're going to lunch and getting souvenirs and then going to the hotel.
Yeah.
So pretty good last day, but it's gonna be sad to leave the guys because they've been so incredible, especially yesterday. Like I really honestly don't know how they function and can do all of these things. They're so hardworking. It's just amazing to witness. Personally, that's what I think.
It's insane. No, we like got dragged up that mountain.
Yeah, literally they dragged us up that mountain.
We got dragged down. I mean,
Yeah.
what was going down was...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels pretty special that like we all made it, and that usually doesn't happen. So pretty cool. And I'm glad it made them happy too, like seeing us succeed.
I'm happy to have slept, finally.
Yes.
8 hours.
Right? We got 0 sleep like all of yesterday, but now we finally got like 8 hours of sleep. So just gonna pack up for last time, get ready for our last hike, and go to the gate. We also might be doing our last check. I'm not sure it matters anymore because it's the last day and we're leaving, but usually every single morning, every single night, they check your blood oxygen and your heart rate just to make sure everything's normal. They've been doing that every night and every morning. Then he'll ask you like a series of questions like, are you nauseous? Do you have a headache? Is your appetite good? Sometimes he asks if you're drinking enough water. Just a series of questions like that. They're the same ones every day, but it's just to make sure you're feeling good enough and you're healthy. So that's what the checky is. We could have had our last one last night. I'm not sure if we're doing one today. When we get to the gate, we're gonna sign out for our last time and get our certificates. And that we did it. Woo! That's gonna be cool. But anyway, time for me to brush my teeth.
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. Jambo, 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 jambo bwana. Habari gani? Ndio nzuri sana. Wageni, wageni, wetu wakaribishwa. Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. Jambo, 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 jambo bwana. Habari gani? Ndio nzuri sana. Wageni, wetu wakaribishwa. Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. yetu iko bomba, hakuna matata. Damu itangaze, hakuna matata. Kuna watu makini, hakuna matata. Mkafanye nao, hakuna matata. Viongozi mahiri, hakuna matata. Makamanda shupavu, hakuna matata. Jambo, jambo, jambo. One team, non-stop to the shower.
To the shower.
Okay. Thank you so much, team, for the good songs and the energy as well as the vibe. So, thank you so much, Tim. But also, thank you so much, guys, for being with us these 6 days, which look like 2 days now. Just like the beginning. Yeah. But I like to give this chance to you first. You can start, say something regarding your trip.
Hello, I'm Erin again. I have been designated speaker. We all would just like to thank you so much for your kindness and help in getting us up the mountain, because without all of you, there is no way that we would have been able to get up to the summit. So coming into camp every day and having everything ready to go, our toilet set up, the amazing food the chefs have prepared every day, the hot water bottles at night time to keep some of our precious ones warm. Everything, helping us come down the mountain, helping us carry our backpacks. We really could not have done this without all of you. So we have just a small gift here from us to you, and to say thank you. You've made our dream of getting to the summit real now.
Wow guys, quite literally just got out of the shower, as you can tell. Definitely one of the best showers of my life, let me tell you that. I got my certificate, yay! We had our little ceremony here at the hotel because the printer was having issues at the gate, so we just went straight to lunch and then did all of our souvenir shopping, blah blah blah. Came here and then had to do this feedback thing, which took way too long. It was like over an hour, and then did our little ceremony, gave back our rented stuff, and then finally got to come in our rooms and take a shower. The state of all of our stuff is really atrocious. I can't believe it's over and we did it, and I'm literally flying home tomorrow. Super strange. The Moshi Mamas gave us these bracelets during the ceremony and it was really cute, so we all got free bracelets. They do have a booth here that we can go shop at, but we have dinner in 30 minutes, so everything today is very rushed. I'm taking a shuttle back to Nairobi airport at 6 a.m. They're picking us up, so early to bed tonight. I hear the guys outside, they're still here collecting everybody's stuff. I feel bad, they should be going home already, but just have to repack. Scary. But honestly, this was definitely the hardest trip I've ever done, but super rewarding, and also I've never had such incredible staff. Like, all of the G fighters and all of the CEOs were amazing, very supportive, and helping us achieve our goal, which all of us ultimately did. I recommend it, you know, if you really want to challenge yourself, definitely train first, but go for it, because if I can do it with pretty much zero training, you can definitely do it. I think that's pretty much it. Hey travel friends, just wanted to pop in really fast and remind you that I am a certified travel advisor with Fora. With being a travel advisor, all of my services are free to you. I can help you with all your travel needs, especially with booking G Adventures tours. Now that I have been to Mount Kilimanjaro and gone through the entire hike and the process and the packing, now I can safely say that I am an expert and can help you choose which route you want to do, choose the right company, whether it's G Adventures or a different company. This is a very difficult trip to prep for, so having someone to guide you will definitely come in handy. So if you're planning on taking the next step in making this adventure become a reality, you can reach out to me at my email, AnnaRichter@ForaTravel. It's also in the description, and I'd love to help you turn one of your bucket list items into reality. But that's all for me now. Back to the video. But yeah, my mind is blank. If I think of anything later, I'll definitely put it in, but what an incredible trip. I can't believe we all did it. And now it's time to go home. Just climbed a mountain and all of a sudden it's time to leave. Hey guys, just got back from Africa. We are now back home. Honestly, the whole thing still feels like a fever dream. I cannot believe that we hiked Mount Kilimanjaro. Such a crazy accomplishment to make, but somehow we did. And what's scary is that the pain that I felt from climbing is already going away. Like, I already am starting to forget how awful it was. Now I'm really understanding why a guy in our group came back and did it a second time after 25 years, because you truly do forget how horrendous you feel during summit night. Hopefully, if I ever feel the need to do this again, here's my sign. Future me, don't do it. It was awful. You've done it already. You're good. But I have my little Kilimanjaro bracelet. It's honestly really cute, and it's a really nice memento to have from our climb. And I have my little certificate, so that went straight to the fridge. I also have this little zebra that I got in Kenya, and this is going straight to the shelf. There we go. Nice new addition. But yeah, I didn't really do a full outro because I was so delirious and needed to pack for our transport through Tanzania back to Kenya. Luckily, border crossing, everything went fine. We were fine with our ETAs, so if you think you need to reapply and get a second one, you don't. We got through with our original ETAs, but I will say the border crossing from Tanzania to Kenya was definitely a lot more hectic, a lot more people, and we had to go through 2 lines. So technically we had to exit Tanzania first, and then we had to enter Kenya. But before, we only had to enter Tanzania on the other side, and it was like really fast. So still no questions asked. We did do some fingerprint, like It was only like one fingerprint for some reason. They only wanted one of our thumbs, so don't know what was up with that. But we got to the airport in plenty of time, way too much time. Flight home went perfectly fine. We got to go to the lounges, which was super nice. But yeah, we did it. I mean, we hiked Mount Kilimanjaro. Crazy. If you are thinking about doing this crazy adventure, feel free to message me if you have any questions. My Instagram is Anna Richter, or you can leave a comment here. Definitely will answer any questions asked, because this is a big trip. Definitely the biggest trip that I've ever done. There's so many safety things. Like, you actually need to be prepared when you're packing, because if you're not prepared, it can impact your trip a lot. When other trips, if I'm just like on the beach, obviously that doesn't matter. So this trip, you really do need to be prepared. You need to do your research. You need to train. I think I'm gonna make a series of videos after this, FAQs or packing. I'm definitely making a packing video, so watch out for that. I think I'm also gonna make like a tips video just on tips that I've learned through this experience. And I'm probably also going to make a review of this trip with G Adventures. So if you are thinking about going with G Adventures, look out for that review. For the most part, G Adventures was great. The crew really cared about us. They really wanted us to succeed, and we all climbed the mountain. So they got us all up there. Definitely huge props to them. It was a 50-50 situation, honestly. We did it! Woo! So look out for those videos. Once they're up, I will link them in the description and probably create a playlist. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next adventure. This was a big one, but I have one continent left. That is my next trip that is planned this December. So next time I'll see you, we'll be in Antarctica. See you in the next one.